I'm in the mood for crispy breaded tofu, so we're going to take a block of super firm tofu and start off with cutting this into triangles. For some reason, whenever I make a crispy tofu like this, like a breaded tofu, I just love the triangles. I don't know why. Super firm tofu is the most firm tofu, so it has the highest amount of protein, the least amount of water. So I started off by cutting my tofu block in half just so I could open the package, and now I'm just making these rectangles like this. You can make them as thin or as thick as you like. About 8 to 10 pieces is a good amount. I'd say about quarter inch. You just take it and you cut it in half on a diagonal and you get these little triangles. You can, of course, cut this into rectangles, squares, break it into pieces. It's totally whatever you want. But like I said, for some reason, I like doing the triangles. You also do not need to press the super firm tofu. So it's so nice. It's really easy to use. Now for breading. First, we're going to go in some cornstarch, going in some non-dairy milk. Any non-dairy milk that you like. I am using Ripple. It's a pea protein milk, but you could use almond milk, oat milk, cashew milk. I just don't recommend using coconut milk from a can because it's just going to give a coconut flavor. Some breadcrumbs. I make these myself. So I take a box of panko breadcrumbs and then I put them in the blender with garlic powder, onion powder, dried parsley, salt, blend it up until they turn into fine breadcrumbs. This recipe is on my blog, plantfullybasedblog.com. So you could just find all the full written out information there. Breading something can be a bit tedious, but that's why these are really nice to just make in a big batch. So then you have them. Sometimes I like to use a wet and a dry hand, but most of the time I get lazy. Breaded, beautiful. These are going on to a lined baking sheet. Actually, I have a silicone mat on there. For years, I did not buy a silicone mat. I really put it off, and I'm so mad that I did because it's so useful. Cornstarch and the non-dairy milk are working to create a nice base for our breadcrumbs to stick to. It also adds some crunchiness from the cornstarch as it bakes up and just helps to provide a really nice crust and outer layer on our tofu. Now, if we're being honest, the trick to breading something nicely is having patience, but sometimes I start to lose my patience and I get tired and I start doing 2 at a time. All of our tofu is breaded. I am just going to take a little bit of spray oil and squirt them. You don't have to do this, it's optional. Like, it adds nice golden color and extra texture to the tofu. I'm just go in the oven, 450 degrees, 425. I can't remember. I'll put on the screen for about 20 minutes, and then I flip them halfway through. Our tofu is all done. I will just let it cool before I put it in a little container, and then I eat this throughout the next few days. Put it, like I said, salads, wraps, sandwiches, on its own. It's delicious, and crispy breaded tofu. I mean, what's not to love?